Hey, this is MarloweDK with some tips on getting to know your fretboard. For instance, if we take the note C. How many C's do you have? Okay. And a good trick is always, because we all have the octave. We always know where to find at least two of the same notes. So we have a C here and a C here. Okay. Next place we can find C's, of course, on the same pattern, on the same strings. I'm fretting here the 3rd fret of the A string, 5th fret of the G string. If we just move that pattern up to the next octave here we can at least find a C. 1, 2, 3, 4 C's. And then of course this C we can find on the E string here. So we have, that's 6 C's. Can we find any more? Yeah, there's one here. Not that useful though, so high up, but it's there. So actually I got 8 C's on this bass because I have 22 frets. But on normal Fender bass you only have these 20 frets or something. So C, that's 6 at least. Okay, take F. Always remember the octave. And then here we have the E, the grip here with the E string and the D. We can always find it up here. And then on the A string, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can find that here. And I have 22 fret. So I actually have 8 F's here. Let's try last one with the A flat. There's an A flat here, an A flat here, and there's an A flat here. That was 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 A flats, and so forth. That's a good thing to practice, because also if you play a rock song, you want to be able to do this. To D. Always sound good. Sliding up the octave. And anything on G here. If you want to do a glitch down to start a tune. So it's always good to know where the different notes are. Another thing to get to know your fretboard is using arpeggios. Arpeggios is actually taking a chord and playing one note at a time. Like this. If I take a C major chord, I'm playing the chord arpeggiated. If you have heard some Richard Clayderman on piano, it's always arpeggiated piano. Okay. And of course we have to arpeggiate the chord, because normally we don't play the whole triad in chords, we play the arpeggiate. Before we found the C, if we look at the chord and try to find our arpeggiated notes, so we can start just not taking the whole triad. This is a C major triad, root, 3rd, major 3rd, 5th, and then we have the octave. There's only 3 notes. We just start with the 5th, because the 5th, root 5th movement is very common in playing bass lines, the simple bass lines. And that's good. That's a good thing to know of the fretboard, because you can move positions and all that. So if we have the root 5th, we have the C is the root and the G is the 5th. How many of those can we find there? So in this position we can play the bass line with variation, because we can take the root note and the 5th above or the 5th below. Then we can also go to the next position. Here we have the C on the E string. See here, I painlessly move from one position to the other. That we should be able to do. And the way I do is because I target the C, of course. I know where all the C's are. And my first finger goes to the C, and if you have the grip of the 5th in, you know the grip is like here or below on the string below on the C. And you always have an easy time navigating your neck. You should of course do that with all the keys. I know you don't get to do that often. If you take for instance another key like F sharp, try to find up here. I'll go back to the C again. All the way. Remember, this position is just duplicating this an octave above. Sorry. Okay, then we add the 3rd